Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fellow shedheads around the world. Welcome to Captain of My Shed. I'm Captain Mikey, although somebody recently told me that's not your real name. Shocker. And on this episode, we're going to talk about knives. I'm going to introduce you to the small collection that I have. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what is legal to carry in the UK, just very briefly. And then I'm going to introduce you to a knife that could make the perfect Christmas gift. In its current state, it's not UK legal to carry, but it lends itself so beautifully to customization that that's what we're going to do with it. And if you're a woodworker, this is a very cheap but decent knife, and it will make the perfect Christmas gift for a friend or family member. Here we go. Ta-da! This is just about all my knives in my collection. Obviously, the Leatherman, I use this a lot in the workshop, and if I'm working at other people's houses, it's a really nice get out of jail sort of tool, because it does comprise so many tools that you might forget to chuck into the toolbox when you go working at somebody else's place. This was a beautiful gift that was given to me a long time ago, and it's some of you might recognize the little fly on the back here. This is a Layol, and it's a really nice traditional looking French pocket knife. The blade's a bit long to be carrying it around with you in the UK, but it's nice to have for, I don't know, perhaps you're entertaining at a dinner party and opening bottles of wine. If you were a barman, this would be a good tool to have on you. Other things that are not necessarily legal, this is one that I bought when I was out in the States. I was hunting quite a bit out there, and this was my kind of outdoors pocket knife, a nice one from Boca. Illegal for the blade size, but also it's got a liner lock in here, which means I have to push this liner out of the way so that I can close the blade. But all the same, a very nice knife. This Opinel too. Opinel, obviously another traditional French brand, and lovely beech handle. This one is not the typical pattern for Opinel. It's a filleting knife, and it was nice to have if you're going mackerel fishing and you want a quick bit of sashimi. It's nice to have something like this on you. Illegal, obviously, to carry, but not to own, just because of the blade length, obviously, and also you could argue this, I suppose, but I think realistically, once you've got the ability to lock a blade out like you do with this Opinel, that also would make it questionable as to whether you could carry that around with you. This is a nice legal carry. It's a little slip joint from Kaiser. It's called the Cat Shark. Nice, unique blade shape. A little bit of multi-functionality here with the hex bit holder there, and yeah, I've just got a lanyard with a steel bead on there that I tied myself. Nice little pocket clip for deep carry. Yeah, a decent little blade, and UK legal. This is also UK legal, just believe it or not. This is one of my favorite knives. A beautiful slip joint with a really positive action, a really nice snap to the detent. This is made by a company called Camembert in France. Again, the French seem to love their knives, and they do a great job. This is a handmade piece, and it's one of my favorite knives. I've again got a little lanyard that I tied myself with a kind of spring-loaded mini carabiner and bottle opener on there. That's one I carry a fair bit. This, obviously, I use a lot in the workshop. But again, unless you've got a good reason to carry it, this is not legal to carry in the UK, because you have to depress a button to retract the blade. Technically, that makes that an illegal knife to carry. Another one from Kaiser here. This is called the Mini Sheepdog. They make a bigger version of this, which is not UK legal, but this one is. Again, it's a little ball detent on this. It's a nice fidgety knife. And the micarta, black micarta scales make this a really nice, attractive looking blade. Kaiser making some lovely knives, I think. A nice deep pocket clip. Sheep's foot shaped blade, yeah, that's nice. Again, another little one here, another French knife. This one again has a little lock here. I have to depress this scale, this lever, I suppose, to unlock the blade, and that makes that not legal to carry in the UK. So that gives you a quick overview. The blade needs to be shorter than 3 inches. It must not be locking when the blade is open, and it must not have some kind of assisted opening. Even knives with like a flipper tab on the back, I don't have any of those, but they again are not legal. I don't think they're even legal to own, let alone carry around. So it carries a pretty stiff sentence if you get caught. Not just quite a high fine, but also I think up to something like 4 years in prison. I guess that would depend on exactly the circumstances you were caught with it. These two I didn't mention, both UK legal, both multi-tools, and both really functional, great for everyday carry. Everybody knows the Victorinox. This is the compact. It's got a really, really good tool set considering it's such a small knife. It's got even, I love this, it's even got a little pen for if you're ever stuck out and you need to write somebody's details down, or phone number, whatever it might be. And a nice feature as well is this little pin that slides in and out of here, which is surprisingly useful for cleaning out the port on your iPhone or releasing a micro SD card or something. It also has this tiny little flat head. You can get Phillips head, but this is a tiny flat head screwdriver that sits inside the bottle opener. And I do actually use a bottle opener. So that's a really nice knife. And then I've got a very similar thing here. Again, from Boca. They make lovely knives. I do like them a lot. And this is just a bit more of a stout blade, but still UK legal to carry. And a nice tool set on here, although not quite as functional as this one. So that's my little collection so far. I'm always picking up knives. I'm sure this collection will grow. And if you like everyday carry content, that sort of thing, or just knife content, then let me know, because I'm always keen to talk knives. And if you guys are interested, put it in the comments below, and that's what we'll do. Anyway, on to the job in hand. Christmas is fast approaching, and I've spent £13 on this. It's a Sword peasant knife. It's made in New Zealand, although the pattern and the branding with that name Sword suggests to me it's more of a Scandi, I think Swedish pattern. But yeah, let's have a look at it. It's £13 because it's a very basic, it's got these molded plastic scales that they're functional, but they're not particularly attractive. The blade itself, you can see, is kind of the way it's finished. You've got this crude unfinished portion, and it's only the sharpened area that shines through a little bit. And on the other side, you've got New Zealand and Sword stamped in there pretty crudely. And I actually quite like that. I think it makes it quite a charming blade, at least. You can see it is somewhat prone to oxidization. That's where it's been left in the workshop, and obviously picked up a bit of moisture between the edge of the handle and the top of the blade. I'll rub that out with a bit of wire wool or something. But that's what we're working with. At the moment, not legal to carry in the UK without a very good reason. It being just over 3 inches, about 3¼ inches in length. But it isn't locking, so that's good. It is literally just the length that makes it a bit of a problem. But given the quality of the steel, it is a decent quality steel, albeit a little prone to oxidization, and the charm of the design, I think we can turn this into something unique with nothing more than £13 to buy the knife, and then a bit of time and effort in designing and then creating whatever it is we're going to create. So the blade's got to be shorter, and the handles have got to be a lot more attractive, I think, and of course made out of wood. So let's get it done. So it gives you a good idea of just how simple this blade is. So what would be nice is if we had, I think they call it a choil here, coming from back here maybe. So that would shorten the blade there a bit. Get rid of that bit. Now I do like a sheep's foot, but this, yeah, I think that would look lovely actually. Now, this is going to be a Christmas present for somebody, and I'm really not sure who to give this one to yet, but whoever it is going to be lucky because they're going to get to use the last piece I've got of this mosaic material that I used in the Great Guitar Build-Off. This is going to make a beautiful scale, and somebody's going to get a really unique knife out of this. I'm not going to want to give this away, am I? Happy Christmas to me. just did not like that. That was a bit close. A bit close. Not ideal, but I think we'll be okay. Thought that was game over then. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. As always, I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed already, then please consider subscribing. If you like dodgy footage filmed on a single iPhone and then edited in a mediocre fashion by somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing, but contains a little bit of woodworking that you might like, then this is the channel for you, because that's all I do. There's a fair few videos in just that style to watch now. So, this is a pretty successful little project, I think you'll agree. I think it's gonna make an absolutely beautiful present for somebody. I know I would love it if I were to open this on Christmas Day. It's it now looks classy, but it still has that rugged looking blade. And because of its simplicity, it's gonna be a knife that you'll have for years, because if it gets a bit of grime in there, you just take it apart, these two screws, really simple to work with, as you've seen in the video, and I think it will make a great present. And You could increase the functionality of this too. You could turn this tang into some sort of pry tool or a flathead screwdriver, or do like Victorinox do and combine a flathead, and believe it or not, that's also designed, that angle there is designed to slot into a Phillips head screw, and I have used it for that and it does work in a pinch. It's good. So you could do something like that and make this a bit more of a functional tool. You can imagine, make a little simple presentation box for this and you've got a really, really nice handmade gift for whoever in your life might like a knife, a pocket knife. Legal to carry now, the blade being shorter than 3 inches, no locking, fits in the pocket beautifully. And you can just grab that tang there, out it comes. There we go, Svord peasant knife turned gentleman's folder. I hope you've enjoyed this little project. I certainly have. And for now, take it easy. I'll see you next time.